Graduates, you have earned our sincere admiration for all that you have accomplished. As you can attest, our graduate programs are rigorous and challenging, but you have completed your programs and are prepared and confident to take your place as leaders in a global economy that has grown increasingly complex. We are proud of you and know you will represent Florida State University with great intelligence and honor throughout your careers. Please stay involved with the College of Business. You are excellent role models for our future students, and we look forward to seeing you back here to share your experiences and insights as speakers and mentors. On behalf of all the faculty and the staff in the College of Business and at Florida State University, we congratulate you and very best wishes for your future success. It is now my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Adam Ely. Adam received his MBA from Florida State University in 2006 and is an experienced executive, having held various operations and security leadership roles with Walmart, Salesforce, TiVo, and Walt Disney, and having founded and sold a security product company. Currently, Adam serves as the Vice President of Information Security at Walmart Global E-Commerce in San Francisco. Additionally, Adam advises startups and Fortune 500 companies, has been a contributing author to numerous publications, and is invited to present at conferences and executive forums on risk management, evolving technology and trends, and strategy. Adam holds certifications as a Certified Information Systems Security Professional, Certified Information Systems Auditor, and holds the National Security Administration's InfoSec Assessment Methodology certification. Adam, we're very happy to have you with us here today. Please join me in welcoming Adam Ely.
All right. So how y'all doing this morning? All right. So we're going to chat. These other people aren't here right now, so we're just going to chat a little bit. I prepared a speech, a presentation. I give dozens around the world every year, and I prepared something. And this morning I was listening to a conversation. I was in the hotel. Some folks were there, and they were talking about their daughter who's going to another school somewhere in Florida. They said not a top school, so I assumed UF is where they went. That's my assumption, right? There we go. And what was interesting is I had my headphones on and I had the music off. I just didn't want anybody to annoy me. And so I was eavesdropping. And they were talking about how they weren't sure what their daughter was going to do when she graduated next year. That she was a little bit different, didn't know how she was going to fit into the corporate environment, the corporate world. This pulled at me a little bit. There was a little bit of a personal feeling to that conversation. So I decided to mix up my speech a little bit and add a little bit of that in. When I sat here 10 years ago, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had a good idea. I remember graduating. I remember sitting where you are going, I'm going to go get a PhD now. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. No, nobody does that. No, we all say it. Only very few ever really do it, right? But I was excited. I was like, I'm going to go do that. Now, I went back to the enterprise. And I continued trying to build my career and decided where I was going to go. But I never came up the normal path. Today, people have asked me, where'd you go to undergrad, all these things. I did early admissions into college. I started working in the corporate world at about 19. I worked full-time through undergrad and through grad school because I was never sure where I fit in, right? I didn't go to the top undergrad. I was this kid from Pensacola, Florida, this little skinny kid that listened to hip-hop music and thought he was a gangster and drove lowriders and idolized people like Carl Icahn and movies like Wall Street, right? I thought that's what I was going to be in life. Didn't know where I was going to fit in. Over the years, what I figured out is that we have to find our own path, and we have to find what fits us. I work for Walmart. If you asked me a year ago if I was going to work for Walmart, I would have laughed. I would have said no way. When I posted to Facebook and I said new job, sold my company, new job, I'm going to work for Walmart, the instant response was, oh, you must be a greeter. Honestly, I'm not a nice enough person to be a greeter, but I appreciate everybody thinking that I could do that. Over the years, I've picked companies and I've picked my career path based on what fit me. I knew that I have ADHD. I knew that I have a slight ego. I knew that I was a little bit different, just like that student that those parents were talking about, their daughter. And I knew that I had to find that path that worked for me. Gone are the days of you go into the junior executive program and everybody goes in a cookie cutter and you either succeed or you don't succeed. Now, we can pick where we want to go. We can pick what city we want to live in. I've worked in Atlanta, New York, Seattle, San Francisco twice. That's not by accident. I figured out, I lived in San Francisco, moved to New York, moved back to San Francisco. I figured out that that worked well for me, that tech companies worked well for me, that my special brand of different worked really well in San Francisco, in the Silicon Valley, but not so much when I was on Wall Street, not so much when I was in the Southeast. So I had to pick my path. But it's hard to pick our paths because we don't know what we want to do. We don't know what we want to be, and we don't know what we're good at or we like. You know, I hear a lot of people, I remember when I sat right there, I remember somebody giving me advice and said, go out and do the things you love. And I go, I don't know what I love yet. I haven't been out in life yet, right? Most of you will switch jobs. You'll switch careers 2 or 3 times to find it out. But the key is to figure out what don't you like and use a process of elimination. Cut the things out that don't work for you. And don't be scared to go out and find what does work for you. There is no clear path, right? Everyone has a different path. And now we're actually at a point in this country where there's a path for everybody. You just have to be a little bold, get out there and try to find that. Be a little bold. That's probably the one cheesy cliche thing that I'll say today, hopefully anyway. A couple more may slip in, we'll see. So, you know, as I started thinking about that, I started thinking about what else should I say? What do I wish somebody would have told me? Or what do I wish I had actually listened to? Because let's be honest, when I sat where you are, I was 26, 10 years ago. I was cocky, a little cocky, a lot cocky actually. My father's in the audience. I have to keep it honest here. He knows I was very cocky. And I probably didn't listen to everything that people said. One of the other biggest pieces of advice is when I was trying to find that path, I got distracted. I got distracted with everything that was in life. I got distracted with the tactical day-to-day. You know, Bob from HR sent me an email because I didn't do the compliance training, or Susie from accounting sent me an email because I didn't fill out my expense report correctly. I didn't understand that. I said, I gave you expenses, you give me money, it should be that simple. But apparently that's not always how it works in the corporate world. But I got tied up on all the small things, and I forgot about where I was going. I forgot about what made me happy. I forgot about the goals that I was trying to achieve, personal and professional. I let relationships suffer. I let my focus on the future of where I wanted to go suffer, and I didn't become the big gangster kingpin that I probably thought I was going to be at 13. Probably lucky that I didn't become that, honestly. But it becomes challenging because you're going to leave here today. Some of you in the workforce, some are not. You're going to go get jobs. You're going to switch jobs. You're going to get up every morning. You're going to get your coffee. You have 2, 3 cups, whatever it is that you need to get started in the morning. And you're going to go to the office and you're going to sit down and you're going to check email. And you're going to have 50 emails from the night before. And they're going to talk about all the things that you have to do. And you're going to do this every day. And this is the grind. And on the grind, every single day, you're going to think about this. And you're going to go, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And it becomes very easy to forget that path, to forget that goal, to forget what we're trying to achieve. So every day, we have to remind ourselves, what are we striving for? What are we actually achieving for? And how do we continue to find that path that has improved? I've been at, including my company that I founded and sold, I've been at probably 5 companies. Some of those companies I felt like were a good fit, some I did not. When I went out and decided to start my company, it's because I realigned myself with my path, with what I wanted to do. I said, you know what, I'm gonna give up this great executive job at Salesforce. I'm gonna raise $27 million. And I'm gonna go build a company. I'm gonna go do this. If you guys have seen the HBO show Silicon Valley, if anybody's seen that, that's basically almost exactly accurate of my life. It's that ridiculous when you do that in the valley. But I figured out that that was the path that I needed to continue down. But there was a challenge. I ran into one big challenge when I did that. I forgot the other piece of advice somebody had given me. And that piece of advice was to remember my network and utilize my network. People had always told me, network, build a network, and utilize that. I felt bad about that. I felt that asking people for help meant I was weak. I bought into I'm gonna be a self-made man. I'm gonna ask nobody. I'm gonna do it all on my own. None of that exists. That's Hollywood. That's what we see in movies, right? None of that really exists. We all got where we are because we let people help us and because we went out and asked. We put our pride away, we put our ego away, and we go out and ask for help. When I built my company, I remember people said, oh, you're an entrepreneur now. How is it? And I go, I'm a professional beggar. That's what I do. I go to venture capitalists and I say, please give me more money. I'm gonna be out of money. Please give me more money. And that was 4 years of my life. Every founder, every entrepreneur, you become a professional beggar. you lose pride really quick. You get real humble real fast because you got somebody across the table with all the money, you have none of the money, you would like some of that money, and you have to beg them as why they're going to give you that money. What helped me was I remembered the advice somebody had said. Somebody said very simply, shut up, get out there and do it. Go talk to people. I reached back into my network. I said, who do I know in the venture capital world? Who do I know that went to FSU? Who did I grow up with? Who can help me with this? And by reaching back to my network, it helped me build my path. It helped me get back to my goals. It helped me find my fit of where my unique brand of difference really would let me strive and be successful. Now I'm a vice president at the largest company on the planet. Again, if you would ask me a year ago, I would have said no way I would work for Walmart. It didn't make sense. There's some very interesting things that happened there and some reasons why that I joined there. But all of these things helped me get down my path. So utilize your network. And I know many of you are starting out and you may not have a network yet. Utilize those that have sat here before you, that are sitting here with you, and that will sit here after you. When I reach out to a Florida State alum, doesn't matter where in the world, and I ask a question and say, hey, can you make an introduction? I get that introduction every time. I closed millions of dollars of business simply by asking for an introduction. When I need a job or there's a company I want to go work for, I reach out to my network and I say, who can make an intro? Almost every one of my jobs has come from somebody in my network or extended network. Again, I'm a very prideful person. I'm an introvert, I'm shy. It's way out of my nature. But these are the things that I had to learn to do. And I had to learn that it wasn't using people, it was that people wanted to help, and now when they call me, I help them as well. So today, when you leave here, you have an instant network. You have an alumni network that's never going to give you up. It's never going to let you down. It's never going to run around and desert you. All right, y'all got the point. Y'all caught on pretty quick on that one. Good, all right. But if you don't have a network, reach out to me. 5 of you have found me on LinkedIn already. I've been watching. I wanted to see how many people reached out. I wanted to see who tried to build that connection. 5 of you found me on LinkedIn, 2 of you connected with me. A couple of you went to my website. A couple of you tweeted something at me on Twitter. If you don't have a network, start with me. I have a massive network. I'm happy to share it. All alumni, everyone who has sat here before you, we all had to do the same thing. We all had to utilize somebody else's network and build upon that. So if you don't have one, find me on LinkedIn, at Adam Ely on Twitter. Adam Ely is me on Instagram. Adam Ely is me on Snapchat. And what I hear about Snapchat is it all goes down in the DMs. A couple of y'all got that one. You can tell who's hip hop fans and who's not right there, okay. But seriously, you reach out to me. All right, if you don't use social media, 678-283-3837. That's my mobile number. Get it from the recording, text me and say, Adam, I'm looking for a job. Adam, I'm trying to raise money. Adam, I just don't know what to do in life. I may not have an answer for you. I may point you back to these good folks. But look, the point is the alumni network is here for you. The people who have been here are here for you. The people that you will go out and work with years from now will be here for you. Leverage those people when you're finding your path and you're finding that path that works for you and your own difference. So last thing I'll leave with you is, congratulations, today is all about you. Thank you.
Drew earned his Master of Accounting degree this semester, having completed his Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance last year. During his undergraduate years, Drew made the Dean's List every term and the President's List in May of 2012, and was a member of the Beta Alpha Psi Honor Society and the Florida Institute of Certified Public Accountants. After completing an internship at RSM US in West Palm Beach during the summer after earning his bachelor's degree, Drew rejoined the accounting program as a graduate student, where he served as president of the Master of Accounting Student Association. After graduation, Drew plans to return to South Florida, where he has accepted an associate's position in tax with RSM US. Please join me in welcoming Drew to the podium.
All right, well, thank you for the introduction, Dr. Harline. From a young age, I was raised with the value that you work hard for what you want in life, that your word is your bond, and you do what you say you're going to do, that you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them, and even, wait a minute, I'm sorry, this is Michelle Obama's speech. My apologies, everyone, easy mistake there. Okay, here we are, okay, awesome. Sorry about that. But first off, I want to describe my sincerest appreciation to Dr. Hartline and the faculty of the College of Business for this opportunity to speak in front of you all today. Behind me are featured partners, business owners, thinkers, innovators, and leaders who are all extremely intelligent, successful, and very deserving of this opportunity. Because of this, I'm extremely humbled and honored to have been chosen to represent the 2016 graduating class. I want to personally say thank you to my cherished friends and family who took the time to be here with me today. My mother Linda, my father Todd, and my brother Grant. Thank you all so much for everything you've instilled in me and the help you've given me to get me to this point in my life today. I love you all very dearly. I also want to say thank you to the wonderful group of people who stand here with me today. Friends, classmates, countrymen, thank you for each of your contribution in helping me become the person that I am today. We've been through a very rigorous and demanding year between CPA tests, essays, classes, and somehow finding time to have some fun in between. It has required a lot of dedication and hard work to get to sit on the stage, and I know that there would be no way I would be sitting here today without you all. You all have become my closest friends and a family to me over this past year, and without all of you encouraging me and sometimes dragging me, kicking and screaming, you know who you are, I would be a shell of the person that you see on the stage today. So thank you all so very much. Not many people know this, but originally I did not want to come to Florida State. I had my sights set on a school a little south of here and was devastated in my core when I wasn't accepted. The desire to attend the school had no reasoning behind it, but came from a sort of herd mentality. Out of a high school graduating class of about 150 students, only about 15 of us accepted to Florida State, with the vast majority accepting to said other school. At first, I was devastated, but then I took a step back, analyzed the situation, and remind myself that there's nothing to fear because everything happens for a reason. I have since written a very detailed thank you note to the University of Florida's admissions department. Without their help, I would not have made the best decision of my life. While attending Florida State, I've had the most amazing college experience that anyone could ask for. I've met some of the most sincere, intelligent, and influential people that I will ever come across. I've been granted the opportunities to travel the world, become a teacher, become a leader, find my dream job, and learn more than I ever thought possible, both inside and outside of the classroom. From the moment that I stepped foot on this campus as a student, I knew I would bleed garnet and gold forever. And today, I have never been more proud to call myself a Seminole. The moral of this story, everyone, is that when life takes you down a different path than what you imagined, don't panic, but embrace it. Everything always happens for a reason, and it always works out for the best. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, does this guy not own a razor? Could he really not have shaven for graduation? Did he not realize he was giving a speech today? Well, I wanted to keep this on as a visual representation for those of you who aren't very familiar with the CPA exams. I've been growing this beard for just over a quarter of the time that it's taken me to prepare for the CPA exams. So you can imagine the time and effort that is required of each and every one of us sitting on the stage. It is one of, if not the most challenging, intensive, and arduous experiences that we will ever go through. I believe I speak for everyone up here when I say that there would be no way that any of us would have been able to get through this without the continued love and support from you all here in the audience today. So please, give yourselves a round of applause. You all very much deserve it. Now, soon-to-be graduates of the 2016 College of Business Master's class, please walk with me on the pathway to more success as we go forward to change the world as we know it and create a much brighter future than we could have ever imagined. Thank you again, God bless, and go Noles.
Thank you, Drew. Before you go back to your seat, we'd like to show our appreciation for your service as president of the Student Association for the Master of Accounting program. Student associations for our graduate programs provide opportunities for participants to network with peers in their field, develop important leadership skills to prepare them for their careers, and provide connections with alumni who can serve as mentors. These organizations represent the College of Business and the FSU Congress of Graduate Students, serving as the voice for our students in the university-wide leadership group. Under Drew's leadership, the MAC Student Association organized a series of social events that encouraged interaction between students, faculty, and alumni. He also led the organization's efforts in fundraising and activities that promoted professional development for his fellow classmates. Drew, thank you for your service this year. The FSU Veterans Center is leading the way to achieve one of our major goals to help Florida State University create an engaged and successful community of student veterans. In support of our nation and our service members past, present, and future, Florida State University is working to become the most veteran-empowering university in the nation. Today, I would like to recognize two of our graduating veterans to honor their dedication to service to our country and their graduation from FSU. Today, the FSU Military Honor Cords have been presented to Harley Rockhill and Lewis Cawthon. Harley and Lewis completed their MBA degrees this semester. Gentlemen, would you please stand and accept our deepest respect and gratitude for your service to our nation. Thank you. The defining characteristic that separates this master's degree celebration from the ceremony for the bachelor's degree is the donning of regalia hoods, and we will now proceed with our hooding ceremony. To preside over this portion of our ceremony, I would like to invite Dr. Kathleen McCullough to the podium. Dr. McCullough is the State Farm Insurance Company's Professor in Risk Management and Insurance and our Associate Dean for Graduate Programs and Research. Dr. McCullough.
Good afternoon. When each student comes forward for the adornment of the hood, I will read the graduate's name and hometown. We will be hooding by degree program. Will Holly Sedano please come forward to hood our Masters of Accounting graduates? Whitney Brown, Tallahassee, Florida. Carly Buckman, Parkland, Florida. Christina Calvo, Miami, Florida. Emily Coughlin, Boca Raton, Florida. Drew Dawkins, Boynton Beach, Florida. Morgan DeLoach, Tallahassee, Florida. Thomas Drawbaugh, Tallahassee, Florida. Emily Dupree, St. Augustine, Florida. William Groom, Tallahassee, Florida. Shane Harris, Tampa, Florida. Adam Hosling, Miami, Florida. St. Fanny John Baptist, Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Brian Lopez, Coral Springs, Florida. Wenxi Law, China. Marla K. McKelvey, Miami, Florida. Carla Marbach, Vail, Colorado. Rhonda Myers, Gainesville, Florida. Jeanette Knoll, Tallahassee, Florida. Donna Pansiera, Hollywood, Florida. Lauren Perlman, Linwood, New Jersey. Jordan Proctor, Jensen Beach, Florida. Brianna Roberts, Northville, Michigan. Timothy Shopmeyer, Tampa, Florida. Julie Small, Orlando, Florida. Jessica Thomas, Miami, Florida. Rob Williams, Maitland, Florida. Eric Wood, Palm Coast, Florida. Zhen Young, Beijing, China. Will Dr. Gary Smith please come forward to hood our Masters of Business Administration graduates? Asia Babayan, Vasqueville, California. Louis Cawthon, Defoniac Springs, Florida. Julia Edel, Tallahassee, Florida. Ronald Herendina, Miami, Florida. Benjamin Pinniger, Davidson, North Carolina. Harley Rockhill III, Groveville, New Jersey. Will Dr. Ashley Bush please come forward to hood our Masters of Marketing graduates? Raul Bushcombe, Marietta, Georgia. Megan Kiplinger, Winter Haven, Florida. David McLean, Jacksonville, Florida. Will Dr. Chuck Nice please come forward to hood our Masters of Science in Risk Management and Insurance graduates? Amy Warman, Clearwater Beach, Florida.
Members of the audience, I proudly introduce to you our newest members of the Seminole family, the master's graduating class of the College of Business at Florida State University for summer 2016. In closing, I'd like to recognize the family and friends of our graduates. I know from experience that you've gone through this program right along with our graduates, making sacrifices of time, attention, and money. I'd like all the family and friends of our master's graduates to please stand. Graduates, this is your opportunity to thank them. Thank you. You may be seated. The faculty and staff of the College of Business care deeply about our programs and our students and devote much of their lives to making a difference, one student at a time. I'd like to have all of our faculty and staff here this afternoon to please stand. Our graduates would not be here without you. There's several in the back. Thank you. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this afternoon. We will close with a recessional of our summer master's graduates for 2016. Immediately following the ceremony, please follow the signs outside that will direct you to a reception in the Westminster House across the street so that you may continue to socialize and celebrate with faculty, family, and friends. For students not attending the university's commencement ceremony that need to return their cap and gown, you may do so with the Westminster House. We now conclude with the recessional of our faculty and graduates.